Hey YouTube, Mr. Slush here. Just wanted to bring you back out here. I'm going to be doing part 2 of my char activation. In this case is going to be Bonechar, and I'm going to be activating it in a dry means method. I have 3 bags here of goat mulch. It contains some alfalfa, dropped alfalfa from their feed. It has some goat manure with a little bit of mulch. So I have 3 bags of that. I also have some food scraps left from the church food distribution that I'll also be utilizing within this means. And I've got some chicken manure. And I also have, about 20 branches of moringa. So I've got quite a bit of moringa leaf, some food scraps, some chicken manure, and some goat manure with mulch. And so that should be quite a bit of material to go ahead and get this dry means activated. Essentially what I want to do is a lasagna layer style. So I'll just put them in layer by layer. That way all the char is being inoculated throughout, and it should be an even inoculation, and it'll just more or less decompose, and all the various char within the bucket itself will soak up all those nutrients. So I'll get you a better angle of the bucket, and I'll bring you back in and we will get started. I just wanted to show you the various components a little up close. So here is yet again another wheelbarrow load, a heaping wheelbarrow load full of Bonechar, and it's more or less all broken through. I've got a larger piece here at the top that just has some excellent pores that are visible. I don't know if you can see those pores. Almost looks like volcano rock. It's really neat. It's definitely a different look than wood char is. It's a lot more porous, as a subscriber had mentioned on the biochar video, and it's just a really neat end product. So really glad that I was able to do it, and I've already washed all the ash off of this load, so I did that while I loaded it up. So it is ready to be put into the bucket. Here is the barrel itself that I will be utilizing. As you can see, it's completely empty and ready to go. And here are the 3 bags of goat mulch that has the alfalfa, manure, and mulch in it. And one conception with goats, just off topic here, is that they will eat anything. That is quite to the contrary. Goats are very picky eaters, believe it or not. And I've got a feeder over there. I don't know if you can see one of my girls eating right now. But if it drops from that feeder that she's eating in, and if it goes onto the ground there, they will not touch it. And so that's where I pretty much got all this mulch here, was just right from around the ground of their feeder there. And so as you can see here, I've got some food scraps, and I'll take all the plastic and wrappers off of these various items when I go to put them in. And then once again, I've got the chicken manure here that I'll make some more use of. So these are the ingredients that I'll be using, and I'll go ahead and get you set up here, and then we'll go ahead and start layering it in. Okay, YouTube, I've got you all set up here. Got you on the tripod. Hopefully you can see the bottom of the barrel okay. We're going to go ahead and get started with layering in the components. I want the bottom layer to be a good layer of some goat mulch. And so I'll go ahead and start by layering some of that in here. Just want to get a nice foundation thing at the bottom of the barrel here. Alright, you can see that's okay. Maybe I can get a little bit more in there. Hopefully you can see that okay. Alright, there we go. That's a little bit better. I'm going to grab my pole here. That way I can just Get it nice and even at the bottom here. Okay, so I've got a good base layer of the mulch. Gonna grab my shovel and start adding some Bonechar. Get a little bit more char in there, and then I'll put something else in. One more scoop. Okay. Grab my pole, try to get that nice and even. Gonna add a few moringa leaves. Moringa is very high in protein. It makes a fantastic animal fodder. It has about 22% protein, which if you look at some of the high protein, even like the chicken crumble, it's far outperforms any of the animal feed you could purchase. So if you have the opportunity to have a moringa in your yard, even if you're in a more temperate climate, if you could grow it in a pot or just grow it as an annual, it is an excellent animal fodder. All right, I'm gonna add a little bit of food scrap. Oh, looks like there's a piece of paper that went in there. I might try to get that out. Okay, not too bad. Little rubber band as well, got out of there. And I'll get it nice and even. Okay, I've got some food scraps in there, and I'm gonna go ahead and add a little bit more char. So as you can see, in between every layer of char here, I just want to have quite a bit of nutrition and fertility. That way the char can soak it all up and won't have any issue with the activation. It'll activate perfectly well. All the while, all this nutrition I'm adding in here will break down and it'll just turn into one beautiful, beautiful concoction. Okay, got a decent layer. Maybe I'll do one more scoop here. Okay, got another nice layer of char. I'm gonna add some, let's go some chicken manure right on top of the char. That's a good idea. Get some nice chicken manure in there. Really high in nitrogen. Okay, get that kind of lined out. Put a few more moringa leaves. And I'll put some mulch, alfalfa mulch. Okay, ready for another round of char. Add a few more scoops. One more scoop. Okay, let me level that out a little bit. Add some more food scraps. There wasn't much left in here. I'm just going to add them all. piece of plastic on a banana bunch here. Take that off. Okay. I will put in some more moringa on top of that. And nobody can say there's not going to be enough fertility in this batch. It's going to be awesome. And I'll go ahead and add some more mulch. The mulch will more or less be a good carbon source, whereas the chicken manure and moringa will be a nice green source. And so it'll just essentially compost down. And then all the while, the char will be soaking it up. Okay, more char. Okay, we're getting pretty close here, YouTube. Let's go ahead and add a little bit more chicken manure on top of the char. This chicken manure is just awesome stuff. It's already composted. Just has a really nice earthy smell. Does not stink at all. Has a little bit of straw in it from the run. Just a really, really awesome amendment. Then I'll put some more mulch in. Okay, that one's done. Let me go on to bag 2 here. Okay, then I'm going to top it off with the char. I don't have a whole lot of char left, so it should be just enough. We'll see. And then I'll top it off with the mulch. I have about 2 scoops left. Okay, last scoop. There it is. Let's go ahead and get it moved around here and just look at this. If you can see this, isn't that just beautiful? Just fully broken through, just totally excellent. Another big piece here, and they are just charred all the way through. Just beautiful stuff. And I'll go ahead and top it off with the end of this mulch here. As much mulch as I can fit. Nice thick layer, why not? Why not? It's probably going to sink down just a little bit anyways. And so there it is, all the way at the top. And I think I'm going to put just a little bit of that chicken manure tea on top of it. Just give it a nice little drink, and just to allow it to wet its lips and get all the, it's full of microbes. All this is full of microbes, but that tea is just going to set it off and get it going. I really don't need to add a whole lot of the tea, but I'll just get it to where it's nice and moist. Compost likes just a little bit of moisture, so it doesn't need to be wet, but just give it a nice little drink here, and we're going to call that good. So that is Bonechar activation by dry means, and I will go ahead and keep an eye on this concoction. I'll check it every week or so. If it drops down, I'll be sure to add some more mulch to it, and I'll just keep it topped up and treat it as a compost pile until next spring, and then from there I'll start digging into it and throw it around the yard. So if you have any questions, feel free to ask me below. I thank you for watching. I hope Father and Son bless you and your entire family, and I hope you have a great day today. Take care.